Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. It is the Steam Winter Sale, the biggest sale of the year, oftentimes with some of the lowest prices. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I was surprised to find some of the games that are normally on sale aren't on sale right now. And some of the sales are not as low as I normally like them to be. Thanks, Biden, who sets the prices on all goods and services. Anyway, regardless, I'm here to help the budget conscious gamer to help you find specific deals that I'm willing to put my personal stamp of approval on to help you find things that will fit your budget, that will be worth owning and fun to play. So let's get started. I go into my library. Here we are. We're starting first with the under $10 category. 20XDX. You cannot go wrong with this game. This is a Mega Man-like game, only, it's roguelite-ish. Roguelite-ish in that it is something that you can upgrade your character over time if you're having difficulty getting through stages and whatnot. You can make your character better, and that's fun and good. But also, the levels are procedurally generated, and so no playthrough is the same twice. And quite frankly, this is some of the best procedural generation I have ever seen, ever, ever, ever. In that the levels are cohesive and feel designed, even though they are randomized. So, 20XDX, it is currently $5.99, a great deal. Age of Wonders 3, this one is really interesting because it combines elements of turn-based strategy with real-time strategy. So it's like turn-based meets RTS. Really kind of an interesting approach to the game. But yeah, you build up your army, you go out and you fight against the villainous enemy. You conquer lands, take over areas, build up more troops. The game is $7.49. For people who like RTSs and also turn-based strategy games, this is a really good one. Highly recommended. Akiba's Trip or Akiba Strip. See that S placed ambiguously? Yeah, that's because this is a JRPG in which, like, to defeat people, you have to literally, like, rip their clothes off. Don't worry. It says nudity. It's only you get people down to their underpants is all. That's all it is. I assume there are probably nude patches. I have not looked for them, so I cannot vouch for whether or not there are, but there almost always are. But yeah, I own this game in multiple formats. It is very fun. It is very silly and ridiculous, and it knows that it's silly and ridiculous. It is $9.99. It's a really fun game. Good JRPG. So yeah, absolutely. Axiom Verge, what are you doing here? This is one of the all-time greatest Metroidvanias ever made. Like, honest to God, people have a hard time deciding whether or not this is better than Super Metroid, which is one of the two games that created the Metroidvania genre. Because this is so, like, beautifully story rich, but also, like, the power-ups and the physics and the level design and the everything about it. And the fact that this is a solo creation. One dude made this by himself, and it's an absolute, like, love letter to the Metroids and everything that came before, but it's also very much its own thing and so much fun and so cool. And it is $5.99. What a deal. Axiom Verge, highly recommended. Baldur's Gate, Now I have this on here. Just know I think Baldur's Gate 2 is also the same price. I know Icewind Dale is the same price. So this is just kind of a stand-in for like, hey, if you like those old school D&D isometric RPGs, they are boom bada boom. I believe $5.99. Yeah, 70% off, $5.99 right now. And so if you have been, aching to get your old school RPG itch scratched, well, here you go. It's just one of the best. And, substitute in. Do they have a bundle? They do have a bundle. My collection is complete. I can't even get these bundles because I already have all the games. So I can't see what the bundle price is, but you might want to take a look at the bundle price. You might save a bundle on these old school isometric RPGs, which are still so much fun. Barony. Oh my god. Okay. Barony is like action roguelike voxel graphic. So think like if Minecraft were a roguelike, were an action roguelike with like a bajillion things that you can do and like so immersive, so crazy, and like really, really reasonably hard. Just getting through the tutorial, which you have to do multiple stages to learn how to use each one of the game's unique mechanics. It takes some time. There's a steep learning curve on this game. But look, very positive. That's because people get through it and they love it because it is a lot of fun, but it's also insanely hard. So, yeah, just know that if you pick this up, you will die and die and die again. But that's what the entire roguelike genre is all about. Die, adapt, overcome. Like that is the roguelike motto. Anyway, it is $7.49. It's buy a 4-pack, $24.99. Get it for you and all of your friends. Anyway, really great game, highly recommended. Battle Chasers Night War. I don't know, something about this game sounds generic. Battle Chasers Night War. Like, I don't know why this game seems so generic when you look at it, because I own a physical copy. I own 2 physical copies of this game because I really love it. It's really, really well done, but it looks like a budget title. It is not. Look, it's THQ Nordic made this game. Like, this is, like AAA type stuff, but like gets thrown in the budget bin because, I don't know, is it because of the name? I have no idea. But this is turn-based RPG action, and you have a variety of characters that you're playing as. It's got like, subtle Trine vibes, but also like is a different, instead of like puzzle solving, you are engaging in turn-based combat. So that's the real puzzle, is figuring out which character to use and when and where. And early on, the game really helps you with that. It's really well balanced. It's really fun to play. It is $7.49, and I own this 3 times over because it's really good and it's always cheap. So, highly recommended. Battle Chasers Night War, an often overlooked RPG of a turn-based JRPG variety. Oh, Battle Chef Brigade. This game is so freaking adorable. Like, here's the thing. You play as this girl right here, and she wants to grow up to be the best chef in all the land. But it's like this crazy post-apocalyptic world in which there are monsters and stuff, but the monsters are delicious and they make good food. And so what you have to do is this is a combination of multiple different types of gameplay, and it's all really good. So like you've got the RPG where you're building up your character and maxing out your stats so that you can do well in the various stages of gameplay. And also you have to venture out into the world to get your ingredients, which means you have to kill a lot of monsters and a wide variety of monsters, because then, based on the ingredients you got, it turns into a match 3 in which you have to create dishes that suit the particular palates of the judges who are judging your food. And so, like, it's a very involved little game, and it is adorably animated. Just the way the main character runs, it's very anime feeling, and yeah, I love it. It's so much fun. It's $7.99, great deal. um Borderlands, uh I love Borderlands. Great games. All of the Borderlands games are great, but this one is just 9.89 right now. I love, look at the style, the like hand drawnish nature of it, and the beauty of the Borderlands games, if you have never played them, which I find unbelievable, but sure, we'll go with that premise, is that there are, oh look, it's a butt. Anyway, there are so many weapons in the game, and they are like randomly generated, kind of like the spaceships in No Man's Sky. They're just like, pieces that come together to form different effects, and you can upgrade them and all of that. Like, it's like the weapons aspect of this game is insane. And also the fact that this is literally a role-playing game shooter. Like, it's a full-on shooter. You don't, like, it's not turn-based or anything like that. Like, you're wandering around shooting, blasting people away, but also you're building up your character, and you're building up your guns, and you are optimizing your stats for the style of gameplay that you have. Really interesting game, and yeah, 9.89, that's a good deal. Also, yeah, there's always the Handsome Bundle, which is a really good value. Look for that as well. I already own it, so I can't see what it's going for right now. But yeah, it's a really good bundle. You get Borderlands 1 and 2 with a ton of DLC, and you get the pre-sequel as well with a ton of DLC. So good way to get into these games. Cave Story Plus. Oh, this is another beautiful, amazing, incredible single person creation that just is an absolute passion project for one guy. And it's so story rich, and the world is so interesting and immersive and mysterious, while also being very cute and fun. And yeah, it's total Metroidvania. You collect different power-ups, like, until you have this dash effect. There's no way that you could get through here, And yeah, once you get all these different power-ups, then you can backtrack and explore different areas of the world and find out more of the mystery of what's even going on in the world. And yeah, that aspect to it, it's just so well done. It is currently $7.49, which I feel like this is a must-own game. Like, every gamer should play this at some point, just because it's so good. Celeste, a perpetual favorite of literally everybody. This is a precision platformer. It's only it's only $4.99. This should be in my under 5, not in my under 10. Oh, come on. We got to add this to my under 5. We got to remove this from my under 10s. Sorry, under 10s. But Celeste is a beautiful game. Highly recommended. You will see it again in the next one. Cities Skylines. Now, this is the first in a category of games where I can say this is not my cup of tea. I don't really... I never had the patience for SimCity. I would always destroy it with monsters and fire and earthquakes. Like, I would build up enough of a city to like get a stadium, you know, or a nuclear reactor, and then I would just demolish everything. I couldn't keep it going for too long. And because of how involved this one is, everybody says like, oh, this is where SimCity should have gone instead of where they did go with their later titles. It is $8.99. It's a good value if you like this type of game. This is not my type of game, but I can recognize the quality and the care that was put into this. This is really literally just a game made by and for people who saw where SimCity was going and they were like, what if we did this slightly differently? Very, very involved, and if you like that sort of thing, it's a highly recommended game. I have played it almost not at all. 42 minutes is what it took for me to realize this is not my game. Freedom Planet. Here is another passion project. This one was created originally as a Sonic the Hedgehog fan game, and then Sega was like, you've got to cut it out. And so they changed it. They changed the story, they changed the characters, and they kept the incredible level design. And quite honestly, Freedom Planet is like better than anything that the Sonic franchise has put out in a long time. It is so great, so well done. And as a PC game, it just moves so well, and has so many interesting power-ups and things. Yeah, you can definitely see as you play this, you could definitely tell that it started off as a Sonic type game. But yeah, there's so much care and love put into this game. And if you enjoy Sonic and have been wishing that Sonic would make more games like they did back in the day, like the original Sonic games on the Sonic, or on the on the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, depending on where you're from. Yeah, this is exactly that, and you can have it for just $7.49. So solid deal, really good game. I reviewed this one very recently, Grim Dawn. Oh, so much fun. This is really Diablo-esque. It's a Diablo-esque action RPG. And yeah, it just really, really fits with all of the, the beautiful things that you love about Diablo. You get with this, except for, you're killing all sorts of like skeletons and zombies and all kinds of baddies. Super fun. Super, super fun. It is $6.24. Probably the cheapest game in this category. Now, here's one that I have not played personally. I own it. I intend to play it eventually, but I did watch while my wife played it. She really enjoyed it. 3 of my friends have played it previously. Yeah, this is a well-known, beloved game because it's just beautiful. This is one of those, first tag, beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, this is one of those experiential type games, kind of like Journey. And it's, you're just traveling through this world, and it's a really, really interesting artistic type of game that is all about the experience of moving through the world. And really cool stuff. There are, power-ups and things that you can do with your cape. But mostly it's not about like winning or losing as much as it is about following where the path goes. What? This one's also under 5. Did I not know that I was going to have an under 5 category? Anyway, just disappointed with myself personally. Anyway, good game. Hollow Knight. Oh my God, Hollow Knight. It's $7.49. I'm just checking to make sure that I put it in the right category. But like with Silk Song coming out, slated to come out sometime in 2023, Never has there been a better time to get this. If you do not already own it, this is one of the all-time best Metroidvania games ever made, and it is so beloved. Big old massive world, crazy tons of power-ups. Um, yeah, this is just a great, great game. My son beat this one earlier this year and just loved every minute of it. Yeah, 749. Solid, solid deal. Noita. Now, this is one that I have not played, but I have watched it played because, yeah, look at all these people who have played it. In there are some students and my nephews. My nephews have poured hours and hours and hours into this game, and I have watched them play it. This is action roguelike sort of stuff. And yeah, there's a million action roguelikes out there. We know, we understand. But this one, with its multitude of power-ups and abilities and weapons and, the way that you interact with the world, it just really, really speaks to people. And people who play this game love this game. And so, yeah, I've never, honestly, I've never ever met anyone who plays this game who's like, oh, it's okay. If for people who play this game, if you mention like, so what's Noida like, they'll be, you sit down for an hour. Like, they love this game. So yeah, $9.99 barely makes it into our budget category, but this is absolute quality in terms of your roguelike experience. So yeah, very much beloved game. Star Wars Squadrons. What? Remember when this game was brand new and you couldn't get it for less than $60 anywhere? Doesn't seem like it's that long ago. When did this come out? 2020. Yeah. Anyway, Star Wars Squadrons, you get to take on the role of someone in a Star Wars squadron. And you get to move through these incredible battle sequences. And this is the next generation of those Star Wars games. If you played the old TIE Fighter and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, this is the next evolution of that style of gameplay. It is currently $5.99. What? How did it ever get this cheap? But maybe it's because of this people have mixed feelings about it. At $5.99, I have no mixed feelings. Sorry. Yeah, that is how it goes. And finally, lastly but not leastly, Stardew Valley, a game that you will see on everybody's list because everybody is like, oh, this game is so immersive and great and whatnot. It's very much like, this is what you get when you you don't have Animal Crossing on Steam, but you want something with that kind of an experience. That's pretty much what it is. So yeah, farming sim, life sim, yes, all the things. So yeah, clear the land, set up your farm, do the things that you do, and yeah, role playing, build up your character, kind of cool stuff. It's a fun game. $8.99, highly recommended. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for our under it's under 10. Really under 10. I didn't put a D in it. Yep, these are the under 10s. Highly recommended. There aren't a ton of games in here because I like to stretch my gaming dollar, and look, there's so many more games to come under 5, under 2, and even under $1. So yeah, stay tuned for those next videos, which are coming shortly, as quickly as I can make them. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.